Hey Tao, hope you're doing good. Just going over a couple of things from your lesson today. So number one was, didn't want to change too much. Obviously you're going away this weekend, going to play a lot of golf, a lot of great golf courses, so don't want to have too much going on in your head. But what we did want to do is tone down a couple of things. If we see what was happening with these swings on the left, club was moving too much to the left, 6 degrees, 6.5 degrees on TrackMan, and just too much of these fades or just weak shots. Now, fade's not a problem, nothing wrong at all, but what was the problem was that you said you get to the longer clubs and then you're missing them right. Short clubs with the path left was going to the left and just wasn't sure where the ball was going. The other thing also, obviously if this is your ball here, the more you get of club going that way, the less solid it is, the less ball speed we get, so your smash factor was a little bit lower than what we'd want. Okay, so just going to real quickly go through, a little bit blurry because I had to record it off the TV, but your before swing. So you said you've always been flat, you've played good golf from being flat, so wouldn't go straight after that and say, okay, you need to change that, because where you get to the top is not horrendous, okay, not bad at all. Now what was the problem is the first bit of your downswing, this area here, your right shoulder was quite active, and instead of your lower body doing too much, it was definitely this right shoulder jumping forwards that was moving the club. Now the problems with that is then the club starts to be what we'd say is a little bit steep. It's coming somewhere through there in the middle of your shoulder joint, and then from there it's only going to be swinging over to the left, and you can see there how it's gone to the left. Now what we spoke about also was then from there you're wanting to probably keep your left arm a little bit bent to stop it crashing down into the ground, but all of this just coming from that club or the transition move. The other thing was your pressure wasn't enough onto your left side, so we had a few weak shots because your weight wasn't forward. But the reason your weight wasn't forward was because if you are swinging over to the left direction, actually your weight's going to want to just back up a little bit to stop you hitting so far down into the ground. So you're actually moving backwards through impact towards your right foot, losing pressure into your left foot. So you're only about maybe 50, or it's around 45% of weight was on your lead foot, which was most of the reason for the weak shots. Anyway, so let's look on the right hand side. Got you a little bit further away from the ball. Right hand got a little bit stronger in the grip. But most of what we talked about was just where I had my hand here, and you had to feel that your hips were starting and your arms were very passive instead of your arms jumping down at the start of your downswing. As a result, that club starts to go a lot further back behind your body in your transition. So at this point here we start to see quite a difference with where that club is. Okay, middle of your shoulder, so middle of your bicep. And from there you can just start turning. Now this is where we start to see a difference. So a little bit blurry, but at this point on the right hand side you can see the club's already a long way outside your hands. At this same point here, the club is in here somewhere more inside. If we go to this point here as well, same point, you can see how the left arm is a lot more angled in to about this way. So more using your body instead of just the arms. Okay. Now on this, what we started to add in was more of the pressure, more of the weight going onto the left foot, the second part of the move, and that's why this club starts to exit so a little bit higher through the body. Instead of being out here, it's a little bit higher up through the body. And what we started to see was -6 on the left, and got to some that were going 2 degrees over to the right on the right hand side. But average brought your -6 down to about -2 or so, so small cuts. Okay, if we see this angle here, like I said, a few things would tidy up at a different time, but we'll be playing Cypress Point next week, Spyglass, Olympic, Preserve. Wasn't the time to go after everything. But what we start to see here downswing wise is you're now starting to get a little bit more pressure, slash a lot more pressure into this foot, and we can live with that. -2 path will hit you some small phases, we can live with that. -6 and some wiping shots, even with like such a small club like your 9-iron, more difficult to control. So look forward to getting to work doing some more stuff later on, but for now, enjoy the golf. Playing some of the best golf courses in the world. Enjoy, and look forward to touching base with you soon.